Shout out, man. What's going on? Peace. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. You dig? Just came to chop it up for a minute, man. Um, Now, peep game, right? Lately I've been getting into these quasi intellectual conversations with women. You know what I mean? Every now and then. And I find it kind of odd that a lot of females these days, a lot of women, I would say between the ages of like 35 and like 45, they kind of have this come to Jesus moment where all of a sudden they into gender roles now. You know what I mean? Like, this is real talk, fresh off the concrete. Hey, what up? Shout out to everybody. This is fresh off the concrete news, people. I give it to y'all as it come to me. You dig? And I just find it odd. I was having a conversation with a young woman. Well, really, she's not young. She's my age. The other day, we was talking while we was up in Stretch City, and she was telling me, a bunch of issues that she used to give her now husband. Her husband. Back in the day, she used to give him a hard time and be a headache, and she had to learn how to be a wife and blah 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 blah. Right? And which, it was a real good conversation. You know what I mean? But my thing was like, yo, like, why does it take women so long to understand that they've been sold a bill of goods, man? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women, when they're young, they ain't really digging the gender role thing, right? You know what I mean? A man's supposed to do this, a woman do that, you know what I mean? Shit like that. They like, nah, I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this for no nigga, blah, 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 blah. And then once they get to a certain age, all of a sudden, they like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And my thing, like I was telling the young lady that came to Stretch City, I was like, yo, them bags get heavy. You know what I'm saying? So you had to carry those bags in your 20s and 30s. You know what I mean? But now you in your late 30s, early 40s, you dig? And you realize them bags was heavy, baby. Those bags get heavy. And I'm not here to like smash your whole cake in nobody's face, but I'm like, yo, we got to change the culture at some point, because it seems to me a lot of women either, one, don't like to be women, or don't know how to be a feminine woman. I think being a feminine woman is fly. Like, for me, I like to hold the door for a feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I like to help a woman with her bags. It really gives me confidence as a man. You know what I'm saying? When a woman behind me and I hold the door for her, is she appreciative? And I did it because she was a woman. Like, I like shit like that. You dig? But a lot of women, they've been sold the bill of goods, and then once they get to a certain age, all of a sudden they want to snap into it. So like I say, I've been having a lot of these conversations with women lately, and that's a good thing that a lot of them are realizing their error in their ways. But for a lot of them, it's a little bit too late. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part. It's like, yo, why are we learning our lessons so late in this particular generation and shit? It's like, damn, we like 10 years off of the lesson learning and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is kind of ill to me, man. It's like, I was having a conversation about, traditional households and shit with a woman. And it's like, well, all of a sudden they think it's cool. Like, yeah, I wanna be a traditional woman. But it's like, is that before or after you realize the motherfucking bags was heavy? See, when you got to take out the trash, get your lawn mowed, you know what I'm saying? When you got to get that AC fixed and your radiator fixed at the same time, and you got to deal with them badass kids, oh yeah, those bags get heavy, baby. And see Boogie here to say it's okay to be a traditional woman. It's okay to be a feminine woman. It's okay for your man to lead, because a real man gonna lead. You know what I'm saying? And that's odd to me. So, like I say, for maybe like the last, few weeks, fresh up the concrete, I've been in mad conversations with women at Stretch City, real good dialogue. Not none of this YouTube shit where we arguing, but just real, high level, high vibration conversations. And it's like, yo, y'all need to spread the word to the women that don't get it. These women spending their time at recovery clinics and recovery houses from BBLs, but they don't know how to cook. You know what I mean? I'm being honest, but they can't cook for shit. If you find a modern woman that can make a pot of lasagna, I got $50 for you. Yo, my aunt used to make the best fucking lasagna in the world. You know what I mean? But they know how to get the BBL. That's odd to me. Y'all don't think that's odd? And I'm not here to beat down on nobody, but it's like, what the fuck is happening with the women? Like, what the fuck is going on with them? Know what I mean? For real. Like, it's odd to me, man. They put more emphasis on their ass, right, than understanding that, yo, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach sometimes. If a nigga get a good meal, he ain't really trying to go out that night. Like, yo, that nigga full, his stomach out here. You know what I mean? He probably sipped some wine or some Cavassier. That nigga ain't going nowhere, baby. You know what I mean? And you ride his dick real good. Oh, man, you got a winner. But they don't really understand, because these women want to be everything. And it's like, yo, it's okay, baby. It's okay, baby, to be a woman. See, Boogie here to say, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Just like I sit up here and I say that the Negro male is finished, which he is, I got to sit there and talk to the women like, yo, what y'all doing? Why y'all not getting the lessons early enough where y'all can really change y'all lives? Like, you know what? I went down the wrong road. I'm going to bust a U-turn and spin the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to spin the block and I'm going to make some better decisions because I've been lied to. Most of these women been lied to by the feminist communist regime. That's what I call them. You know what I'm saying? The feminist communist regime. Because they lying to these goddamn women. Gotten them thinking that being a woman is whack. Being a woman is fly. You know how many women I see in sundresses that just feminine, they got their pretty little toes out and shit, and all you want to do is treat them as such. See, the problem is, people, that men and women, we have a complete lack of understanding from one another in 2023, and we don't give a damn about each other. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm driving down the highway and it's 110 degrees in the state of Texas, and I see a woman, she pulled over on the side of the road, she don't know how to change a tire, and I keep driving, I don't really feel bad about it. I don't, because there's too many crazy, you know what I mean? I be done stopped and helped her with her tire, and she slit my throat. Can't do it, baby. I got to get home, baby. But that was a time where a man would never let a woman be out there on her own like that. But the women got so crazy, niggas stopped caring. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? I got shit to do. You know how many times I tried to hold the door for a woman? Whatever, gas station, restaurant, you know, for a woman behind me, I'm already indoctrinated to understand you got to open the door for that lady. And then they start walking slower, start sliding their fucking feet and they sandals and shit because a man is holding the door. And then you just let that shit slam in their face. Like, yo, you're not going to disrespect my masculinity, bitch. You know what I mean? For real. I earned this shit. You know what I mean? You're not going to disrespect my manhood because I'm treating you like this because I think you deserve it, but don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is odd to a nigga like me. But you know what? It's cool. Some of these women learning their lessons. They like, yo, I'm done trying to be the man. You know what I'm saying? And then we got this major percentage of women, they just professional healers. They spend their whole life healing. Like, you can talk to them in the year 2000, they healing. The year 2010, they healing. The year 2020, they still healing. It's like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I just stay away from that. Like, yo, you just professional healer, huh? You just healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a seat somewhere, man. This shit is crazy. Nah, man, y'all know the women that's always on Instagram healing and shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. That shit is crazy. Like, yo, you been healing for 7 years, boo-boo. What the fuck? The I know my worth professional. Real shit. Like, yo, shorty, you been healing for like a decade and shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Get that shit to God. That's what the old school people do. Just get that shit to God at this point. You know what I mean? You just been healing and shit. So we stay away from them. I think that's bad news and shit. You like, yo, you been healing for a long fucking time. But yo, real talk, man. A lot of women and shit, they starting to get the picture, man. A lot of women starting to get the memo. I'm talking about from concrete, from my angle. I've been having these conversations, and like a lot of women been realizing that it's hard to do it all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. I got first cousins in my family that was like that for 15 years. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that shit is ill. So yeah, it's one of those things like, yo, you know, it's very hard for men to be men when the women are anti-man. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are the men to do? What are the men to do right now? Because clearly y'all anti-male. Everything is toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? They trying to label everything as toxic masculinity now, or you're a narcissist. Like, dog, no, he's just a man. Let that man be a man. You know what I mean? Let that man be a man. You dig? A man gonna speak his mind. A man gonna let it be known. You know what I'm saying? A man gonna set the tone. But they don't really want that. You dig? A lot of them don't want it. Straight up. So when I go to Papa Do's or I go out to eat and I see a bunch of women sitting at the bar by themselves, I already know what time it is. Those are the women that don't want a man to be a man. They on some 2023 shit. You know what I'm saying? They on some next shit. And now I see it. I got my third eye open now. I see everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing every angle now. Like, okay, y'all are the women that y'all ain't really feeling men like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a nigga come in handy or whatever the case, they'll bring him around. But they ain't really feeling the man because these women, a lot of them really don't want to be women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, you know what I mean? They just, I don't know what they into, man. Real talk. So your whole 20s, you've been catching flights. Your early 30s, you've been catching flights, getting BBLs, going to the BBL recovery clinic and shit. All of that shit. And then now when you get 36, you want to get your mind right and think that you're going to snap your fingers and all of a sudden you're going to be a traditional feminine woman. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. A lot of niggas ain't going to go for that at that age. They like, yo, you a day late and a dollar short, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You don't even like to cook. You don't even like to do regular shit. That's where I be coming from, like, yo, what the fuck? What's being 1,000, G? But yeah, anyway, I'm being real with you, man. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, I think the women gotta talk to the women. The women gotta talk to the women and let them know, like, yo, this shit ain't fly. Being 50 years old, sitting on a bar stool. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't fly. Being 45 years old in Cabo by yourself. What part of the game is that? You 39 years old and niggas still flying you out and shit. I mean, just is what it is. You know what I mean? And then there just come a point with some of these women, they got to be honest and say, yo, I'm probably undateable or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm really undateable. You did? Because any nigga they bring into their life, they going to have a problem with anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I just been 1,000 with you, man. It's like, damn, y'all got to tighten up. Like, y'all got to tighten up for sure. If the concept is to be more non-traditional because the men are non-traditional, the men ain't changing at that age. While the women. That's a good point. Here's the thing about that. A lot of the dudes that are traditional at that age, a lot of the women ain't really trying to fuck with. That's how I answer that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these women be having those regrets. Like, yo, I had a good man. You know what I'm saying? My ex-boyfriend was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? My ex-boyfriend was a good dude. All of them be having these regrets. There's always that one nigga that treated them right, but for whatever reason, they didn't want to capitulate to that energy, to that atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck? You did real shit. And that's just the reality of that. You hear them talking, these women, like, oh, you know what I mean? Such and such was a good dude. But a lot of these women, they be stuck on savage mode. Like, there's nothing you can really do. You got to let them, do what they do. And that's when they get into the 10 plus years of healing and all that shit. A lot of life happens, so the women become more cooperative and complimentary. That's a fact. And look, I ain't hating on it. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I'm not really hating on the women that get their mind right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, if you telling me at 35 or 39 years old that, yo, I want to be traditional, I believe in gender roles and blah, 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 then if it's right at 39, then it was right at 29. It was right at 25. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it. So, we got to put that truth out there. Like, yo, that shit kind of corny, dying by yourself. I always say that. I think dying by yourself is corny. I mean, it is what it is. I think dying alone is kind of whack. I wouldn't want that for my worst enemy and shit. But, what happens and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. As men, we like respect. You know what I mean? And a lot of women, for whatever reason, they can't see it in their heart to respect a man. And a lot of them use that word respect as, oh, you trying to degrade the woman, or she got to bow down and kiss the ring. It ain't about that. It's like, yo, that's how men feel love, through respect. You know what I'm saying? So when the women go in the kitchen and let's say make her husband breakfast or lunch or dinner, that's a very respectful gesture. You put time, energy, and effort into that. You know what I mean? You might have brought him his plate and a napkin. That's a very respectful gesture. You know what I'm saying? Like men, we like respect. We like to be respected, especially in your own dwelling, in your own home and shit. And for a lot of women, they just can't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real with you. They can't fuck with that part. That men, we feel love through respect. You can't, and this is one thing that women gotta truly understand. You cannot love a man and not respect him. That means you don't love him. You know what I'm saying? You don't even love him at that point. You gotta respect that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Being honest with you. You can't love a man and not respect him, yo. That's crazy. You dig? And in return, that man to do whatever for that woman. I'm talking about a solid dude, not a savage, a solid dude. You know what I mean? A solid dude. I'm not saying take advantage of the shit, but I'm just saying, you know, a woman can't love a man and not respect him. That's that's crazy. So that's just where I'm coming from with it, man. And it's all good, man. I've been having mad conversations with women lately and shit. And it's like, yo, some of them getting their mind right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Kevin Samuels had anything to do with this shift. I would believe so. Because Kevin was big when he was alive and shit. Shout out to that nigga in the Sherbet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't believe the Sherbet story, man. I put this on as a true story. This nigga go out and got the Sherbet with the little bitty spoon. I was looking around for help, like, yo, this nigga's finished. This nigga like 6'8", eating Sherbet. I couldn't believe this shit. But I've seen stranger things, man. You know what I'm saying? When the big, tall, 6'8" nigga, whatever, 6'6", whatever the fuck he is, get a small little cup of sherbet and shit, I thought that was odd. And I just looked at it like, yo, this ain't the most masculine thing in the world. It's just not. It's just not. And I think he had a suit on. It was just like an odd thing. You got on a whole suit. You like 6'9" with a cup of sherbet with a baby spoon. Anyway, let me I just thought that was just some odd ass shit. So let's move along, people. So yeah, dog. We got to get back to shit that makes sense, man. The culture is fucked up. You see John Morant, young nigga making millions of dollars. He want to be a gangster. Lil Boosie locked up again. You know, we gotta get some culture around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? We gotta get some structure. I've been telling niggas for like 2 years, black people hate structure and shit. Like real shit, it's just something about it. We gotta get some structure, man. We gotta get some harmony, man. Shit gotta be in order. It's nothing that irritates me more than a lack of fucking structure. And then you see all of these people out here like, yo, I'm healing and I'm just overwhelmed and I'm in my feelings. It's like, no, you don't got no fucking structure in your life. You know what I'm saying? The more structure you got in your life, the less overwhelmed and anxious you'll feel. You got to take a look at your life. All these motherfuckers like, yo, I suffer from anxiety because you're a whimsical, random thinking motherfucker. You got no strategic thinking, and that's why you overwhelmed and shit. That's why life is getting the best of you, because you got no fucking structure. Get yourself a routine. Wake up early. Plan, plot, be organized. It'll be less anxiety in your life. But they don't want to hear that. They want to reject the whole premise of that and get to some other shit. That's why I can't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Get to all of this fake consciousness and shit. I'm like, no, you just don't like structure. Your whole life is random as fuck, and then you try to, you try to tell them about it, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you got no structure to your life. That's why you anxious all the time. You don't know what's going to happen next because you ain't been plotting and planning and praying and preparing for anything. That's why. That's why you always stressed out and shit because you got no kind of strategy with your life. But we can't talk about that and shit. This shit is crazy to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit is odd to me. You can't do whatever you want and expect no consequences, man. So we got to get back to some normalcy, man. We got to get back to some motherfucking structure, man. I'm telling you, man, the world would be a better place. The world would be a better place, man. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a routine. Stick to it. Stop all the random ass whimsical bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Learn some fucking self-control. That shit'll calm a lot of that shit down. Just my personal opinion, though. Black man's low lights. Man, shit is crazy, man. You know. I can't even see my chat like that. Snapple time facts. But yeah, man. Discipline is the key, man. That's a very hard thing to do and shit. But at some point in life, you know, we all need it, man. You got to clamp down and dig down deep for some real discipline and shit. You know what I'm saying? After a while, shit just get old, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to become an adult. We have a hard time becoming adults in this era. We don't really want to be adults and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, here's the point, man. You know, some of these women is waking up, man. Some women are waking up out here, man. They've seen the light, so to speak. And that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing, Jones. They seen the light. They realized them bags is heavy. The Denver Nuggets, man. I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to leave. The Denver Nuggets won the championship, man. That was a really good team. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? They beat the fuck out the Miami Heat, man. I never thought Jimmy Butler was going to take it anyway, man. I think Jimmy Butler is a good player. He's an overachiever. He's not no superstar. To beat Denver, you got to be solid. I don't think no team would have beat Denver this year, so... You know what I'm saying? They put a real big spanking on them and shit. So shout out to the Denver Nuggets, man. They won their first championship and shit. I like watching that team, man. It was a pretty good. It was a pretty good team all year, man. They got a good chance of winning it next year too. Jokic, humble dude. I like Jokic, man. I like Jokic, man. Fundamentals. The fundamentals, I've been talking about the fundamentals. The fundamentals are when you a chip. You know what I'm saying? All these super teams that they trying to put together, you don't really need a super team. You need a team where everybody know they role. You need a team with no ego. That'll win you a championship too. There's more than one way to skin a cat, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? There's more than one way to skin a cat. So shout out to the Denver Nuggets, man. I don't think LeBron gonna win no more rings. I think that's passé. That's over with. Anthony Davis always hurt. He like wake up hurt and shit. You gotta get him a full body cast. I don't think LeBron getting no more chips. It's over. He won 4. Call it a day. You got a bunch of young teams. The Sacramento Kings is balling. You got some young teams out there, man. That's coming. So I think LeBron days are over. Unless they make a big splash, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? Even if they get Kyrie, they still won't win. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they think because the Lakers get one player, if the Lakers get Kyrie, it's going to make them a championship team. Like, no, nigga, y'all got to change y'all mentality. All of this, I'm going to get one star player or superstar player. Like, nah, motherfucker. Unless your name is Michael Jordan or Shaquille O'Neal, no, motherfucker. You need about 3 or 4 good players on the team. It's like the Boston Celtics, right? It's just like the Boston Celtics and shit. They need about 4 good players. For some reason, Tatum and Jaylen Brown can't get it done. They need about 4 good players. You need some good role players, man. That's going to carry the load. LeBron play with his son. I don't think LeBron's son is that good. I think people scared to say that. He can ball, but I don't think he NBA potential, man. You know what I'm saying? Personally. I don't even know what position he played. Point guard? Like, I don't think LeBron's son is going to fare too well in the NBA. Playing against high school players, and you want the best team in the country, that's one thing. We'll see if he can play college ball. He going to college. If he can play good college ball, maybe. But boy, look at the competition he playing against, man. You talking about the NBA. Boys, man. Boys are nice. So I don't think LeBron's son is that good. Just my personal opinion. He never did anything to wow me. LeBron James' son can do a regular slam dunk, and everybody like, ooh, he's, you know what I mean? He's the greatest thing. I'm like, yo, all he did was dunk the fucking basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But he's LeBron's son, so you got favor. Like, I ain't seen enough for me to say he it. I think Bryce might end up being better. I think Bryce got the size on him. I mean, size, the NBA still loves size. Don't get it twisted. You see Embiid, Jokic, they got a guy that's 7'5", about to be the number 1 pick. Size still is everything for the NBA. You know, I know we had the small guard era with the small guys, Steph Curry and everything, Allen Iverson, Derrick Rose, but they still a sucker for size, bro. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Let me pause that. Yeah. Pause that. But real talk, they still like size, man. Pause. So, yeah. Here's what it is. I think them international players, man, is they taking over the NBA. You know, the Negro male always hurt. Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, they always hurt. They be missing games. Them international guys come to ball, man. They about to take the NBA from these dudes. Ain't nothing they can do about it. Ain't nothing they can do about it. You know what I mean? Look at the best players in the NBA right now. Most of them from Europe or from a foreign country or something. A lot of them ain't from the United States. Look at Zion Williamson. Fat, lazy, getting porn stars pregnant. You know what I'm saying? The Negro male is finished. You dig? Look at Ben Simmons, another number 1 pick. Ain't doing nothing, can't hit a layup. A lot of the last number 1 picks been horrible, man. It is what it is. So they going with the Europeans. The European guys going to come up. They're going to play. There's going to be less ego. They know the game. You know what I'm saying? The game is softer now, so they can dominate. You know what I mean? Plus, the Negro male is always injured. They don't want to get in shape. They don't want to go to practice and shit. Man, these guys are talent. They tired of dealing with the American Negro basketball player. They tired of them. So they go to Europe and get their guys. They go to Canada to get their guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, man. Here's what it is. Paul George, injured again. You can't count on him, man. So, just my personal opinion. Give me a player I can count on, man. If I want me an NBA player, if I own the team, I'm going to Europe. I'm not even fucking around with these Negroes, man. They stay injured. Zion Williamson, #1 pick. Michael Jordan gave him like $90-something million for a shoe deal for the Jordan brand. #1 pick, making all that money. And all he got to do was eat a fucking salad. But this fat motherfucker, for $90 million, cannot keep his weight down. I'm done with these niggas, man. They children. You know what I'm saying? They children. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You give me $90 million, nigga, I may stop eating. You know what I mean? These guys are crazy. This nigga stay in the drive-thru. You know what I'm saying? James Harden. Every fucking offseason, he coming out of shape. These guys making $30 million a year and shit. And they goofy. Man, these owners are tired of these Negroes, man. Real talk. They tired of these niggas, man. They like, yo, go get them European guys, man. Them European guys know how to act and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I see it, man. In about 20 years, the majority of the NBA going to be Europeans. Watch. Nothing y'all can do about it. We got Bud, Crawford, and Errol Spence, man. I got all my money on Bud. You dig? I don't think nobody going to knock nobody out, you know, but I don't see nobody stopping nobody. I think Bud going to win by decision. You know what I'm saying? By decision. And I ain't taking nothing from Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence is a good fighter, but I got Bud. I think Bud too versatile, man. Errol Spence ain't been the same since the car accident anyway. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is fragile, man. Got into the car accident. After that, he broke his orbital bone. I'm like, this guy. Errol Spence is the bigger fighter. Probably a little stronger. But Bud Crawford, man, he's something we never seen before. Bud gonna give him too many different looks, too many adjustments, man. I think Bud just a little bit too much. But I just hope it's a good fight, man. Zion done. Zion Williamson finished. He need to get on a massive diet. He need to get on his Billy Blank shit. He finished. Bud about to beat the shit out of Spence. I actually think the fight gonna be closer. I actually think the fight gonna be close. I don't think Bud just gonna whoop on him and shit. You know, Errol Spence ain't no, you know, he ain't no scrub. But I think Bud just a little too much, man. I think he a little bit too much. So this the fight we've been waiting for right here, man. This what we've been waiting on. So I got all my money on Bud. But whoever win, you know, they gonna do a rematch anyway. So we should get 2 or 3 good fights out of these two, and that's all we can hope for, man. Some real good boxing and shit. Shaq couldn't stay in shape. Shaq was a clown. Shaq played too much. Shaquille O'Neal should have had 8 championships, man. Him and Penny Hardaway should have won 3 chips. Easy. Easy. The Chicago Bulls wouldn't have did nothing with Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. I'm being honest. A lot of people don't remember, nigga, Penny Hardaway was giving Jordan the business. Penny Hardaway was the one. Y'all don't remember. I remember Penny Hardaway, nigga. Penny Hardaway used to give Michael Jordan the business, nigga. He would drop 30 on Jordan with his eyes closed. Easy. Easy. Then he started getting injured. Penny Hardaway was good as fuck, man. He's a really good player until he got injury prone. But even when Penny went to the Suns, he was still decent. I'm trying to tell you, if Shaquille O'Neal would have took the game serious, him and Penny should have won 3 chips easy. 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 Just my opinion. Horace Grant, I think with Dennis Smith, Penny, Shaq. Man, they had a really good team, man. Nick Anderson, good team. Wasn't expecting KD to struggle in the playoffs. I think KD finished, man. I think Kevin Durant finished, man. You know what I'm saying? He can still give you 40 easy. Don't get it twisted, but KD like 34, 35. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant need a co-star. He needs a Steph Curry to win the chip. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't no alpha male type of dude or whatever. I think Kevin Durant is a really good player. You know what I mean? But he ain't one of them. He ain't one of them ones. To me, he ain't got that killer. He don't. It's hard to get out that Western Conference, man. The Phoenix Suns gonna need a lot. Devin Booker and KD, both of them can give you 40 points, but that ain't enough. If you ain't putting up at least 112, 115 in the Western Conference, you ain't winning. Penny's footwork was immaculate. Penny Hardaway was the one, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. A lot of people, man, they never tell a Penny Hardaway story properly. Penny Hardaway used to murder Michael Jordan, man. For what it's worth. I'm talking about on that level. Penny Hardaway would drop 30 on Jordan easy, man. Easy. With his eyes closed. Easy. He's a walking bucket, man. Penny Hardaway didn't have any weakness in his game. You know what I'm saying? Penny and Grant Hill, both injury prone. Bud about to beat the shit up. I'm reading the same shit. Bradley Beal. Carey is 35, but he still can shoot. I don't think Bradley Beal is gonna do anything for nobody. Matter of fact, I think Kevin Durant should go to the Washington Wizards. He's from the area. That'd be a good little matchup. You know what I'm saying? A good little team. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, get some pieces. That'd be a good team. A lot of people gave Michael Jordan problems. The Indiana Pacers gave Jordan a lot of problems. Go back and watch the tapes. If Bill stay here in D.C. and KD come home, I wouldn't be mad. I think that'd be his best move. I don't know why Kevin Durant keep changing teams. It's kind of corny. John Wall back while we at it. I used to like John Wall. Another injury-prone dude. All right, anyway.